Welcome to 3D Amazon FBA. Sorry I've been out the last couple weeks. It's been crazy busy for me, and I've been fighting with Amazon on reimbursements. I've been trying to find workarounds and strategies to help you guys get your reimbursements because I know that's a huge concern. And I have been fighting with Amazon every day. And I'm going to get into it on this video, and tomorrow I'm going to post another video to help you guys out with this because I don't want to run too long and do too many things in one video, because that one's going to be about how to annotate packing list, and y'all get into that tomorrow. So before I get into it, make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Okay, so I have gotten a lot of comments of Amazon. I'm on several groups, and it's a concern that Amazon no longer is cooperating with us for getting reimbursements, specifically with receipts. I've even had issues with even wholesale receipts that have all their information. Amazon just does not want to pay us and reimburse us for our stuff. And a lot of it does come to, if you're lucky, if you get someone willing to assist you over with Amazon, which is very hard to do. You know, they're all overseas in India and stuff like that, and they don't cooperate. So most of you guys know you're getting a message saying, okay, you need to have an invoice that has the company name, the company address, the date, your name, your address, and the product and the quantities. So I was sending even wholesale receipts or invoices with all the information, and they would still deny it. And eventually I would give up. I wrote off the other day like $1,200 worth of shrink because Amazon just was refusing stuff, and I just let it go. So what they do is you send them your invoice, they'll respond, and they'll give you the list of things they need, and that's it. And then they give you 2 days to respond. If you don't respond within 2 days, they close it. And then once they close it, you have 5 days after that to reopen the case, or they close it forever and you can never go back to it, which is kind of ridiculous. So I have written off like $1,200 the other day on stuff that I got busy. It's Christmas time, and thought I could go back to it later than 5 days. They only give you 5 days, and they close it forever. So you do have to stay on it. So I had a shipment that I finally got reimbursed for today. Thank goodness I got reimbursed for it today. And UPS completely lost the box. Like, it was never even delivered to them. And, it's been like 2 months. So I kept telling them, hey, here's the tracking information. I used Amazon shipping partners, UPS. It's right there. All you have to do is go look at it. You'll see the box is missing. It was all Trader Joe's stuff. So I gave the Trader Joe's receipt. I annotated. I'm going to show you guys in a minute, but I'm just explaining the dates, not the date, excuse me. The name, the address was right underneath it. I gave every single item here, the ASIN. And they're like, well, we need to have all the other information. It doesn't have your name, it doesn't have your address. So I went and I pulled up Amazon policy, and Amazon's policy says you only need the company name, the date, and the stuff and the quantity. So then they're like, well, you didn't give us the quantity. And I told them the quantity's on there. It says underneath, it says 4 at $3.49, 6 at blah, blah, blah. And I didn't annotate the quantity. And I was like, anyways, this isn't even relevant because, the box was never delivered to y'all. You guys know it wasn't delivered. Can you just reimburse me? And the guy didn't like it when I pointed out policy, because I took screenshots and sent it to him. So he closed it up. And then I resubmitted it immediately. And I sent them a screenshot of Amazon policy for what they require. I sent them a screenshot of saying that Amazon will reimburse us whenever UPS loses product. I sent them the receipt, and then they tried to tell me I didn't give them the quantity again, and I explained to them what the quantity was, and I finally got reimbursed. It took a while, but I eventually got reimbursed. I had another one that I got reimbursed for about 2 weeks ago, and it was a wholesale account. And this is something I buy in quantities of 600. and I buy 600 like every 5 or 6 weeks because I'm selling like 15, 20 units a day. And I sent them the wrong one on accident because I have several receipts and it was the wrong date and I just missed that. So I kept sending them that receipt and I'm like, look, here's the address, here's all this information. It had everything they wanted. And nobody would tell me I gave them the wrong date. They're just like, nope, here's the list. And they would just give me that automated message that you all have seen. And then I opened that case 6 different times. As soon as they would close it, I'd reopen it. I stayed home. I spent like 4 or 5 hours on this one case, just arguing with them and arguing with them, arguing with them because they were responding like within 5-10 minutes. And they kept just closing it. They're like, nope. And they just kept closing it. And finally, after like my 6th or 7th time sending it over, we got someone, they're like, oh, the dates don't match up. And I was like, oh, okay, I could send you another one. So, I went and I sent them the other one, and then they reimbursed me. So it took me probably about 20 or 30 messages before I got someone that just said the date was after that shipment went out. And then it was easy to fix. They do not want to help us at all. They don't want to give us our reimbursements, unfortunately. But, the point is you just have to keep sending. Just don't ever let the thing stay closed for more than 5 days, or else they will not, you can't get in and request anything. So make sure you do that, very quickly. You stay on top of it. I have someone on Facebook that messaged me a lot. We've talked about this a lot, and he does his every night. That's something that I need to get in the habit of doing, or do it in the morning. So I'm usually up at 4 in the morning anyways. And I like to do all my computer work before the kids wake up. So this is something you should probably do every single day because, you don't want to lose out on any potential money. And what I'm doing is I'm just harassing them and harassing them and harassing them. And I just keep sending the same thing until they finally get somebody willing to help. If you have to open a case 50 times, then you open a case 50 times until you get someone willing to help you out, because they will take receipts. They took my Trader Joe's receipt this morning, and so they'll take receipts if they want to help you, and most of them don't. So I'm going to go to the screenshots that I sent over to Amazon, and I'll go over that with you guys real quick as well, and I'll show you how to annotate your receipts. All right, so welcome back. I'm going to show you how to properly annotate your receipts. I am going to blur out what I've sold because these are all replens for me. Hope you understand. So I use Paint 3D to do this. So I scan the receipt into the system. Given the experience I just taught you guys about, maybe try to scan it in toward the center. So you see, you have to really spell it out for them, without trying to be mean. English probably isn't their first language, and, they're just, working on a computer over in India. So you do have to really be specific and make it as easy for them as possible so they understand exactly what's happening. So, store name, because they want the store name, store address, which is right here. So as you can see, there was a whole lot of stuff missing. So, the ASIN, I just do a line, ASIN, and I copy the ASIN over for all of these products. And you can see everything here. The receipts kind of faded. Trader Joe's doesn't have the best receipts. So you can see here, it's going to be blurred out, but the quantity is going to be right here, and this is the title. So what I would do is, draw a line over here and write ASIN, or not ASIN, excuse me, quantity, to let them know the quantity, because again, I had issues. They didn't want to know what the quantity was. So that's something I would do, is just write a line off to the side like I did here and let them know quantity on everything. And then down here, the date was cut off, so I sent them a copy of it and I folded this whole portion to show the date. And then I wrote a line and I wrote date on it. So that's all you need to do to properly let them know what's on the receipts. Unfortunately, they do make it very hard, but that's all you have to do. and just keep sending the receipt over and over and over and over again. So over here, I have, I sent this screenshots over to them. You can see I added them right here. So, right here, proof of inventory ownership. This will help identify any potential discrepancies that may have occurred. Some examples of accepted documents are an invoice from a supplier, a receipt from another seller, a signed packing slip if you are the manufacturer. So right here, a receipt from another seller, which is in this case, Trader Joe's, is another seller. In here, it says the following information may be included in any documentation. Date of purchase, which, I acknowledge was on the very bottom, and I had to fold up the receipt. Product names matching the lost or damaged items, and then the quantity. You don't need your name. You don't need your address. They just need the date, the product name, and the quantity. They don't even need the store information. It says so right. It doesn't even say that right here. I mean, it is best to let them know what you're buying or who you're buying from, but you don't need that information. It's right here in their own policy. So click on the help. I think the help was on the bottom, and just type in FBA lost and damaged, or take a screenshot of this page. But you don't need that other information. It's right here in their policy. And I quoted it right here. I'm also attaching FBA loss and damage reimbursement policy stating, damage by an Amazon partnered carrier, which again, this is because UPS lost the box. The box was never delivered. Did I add that? I must have added that later. But I did. I quoted the screenshots. Right here it says a receipt from another seller. I quoted that in my thing. I must not have typed the whole thing out yet. But I did. I sent this screenshot over to Amazon. So that way they can cooperate. So if any of you have a box that's completely lost by Amazon, I sent this over as well. So it says you may be eligible for a full or partial reimbursement for inventory that is either lost or damaged when it is under Amazon's control. And here it says damaged by an Amazon partnered carrier, which would be UPS in this case because they shipped it out and I bought it through Amazon. So the tracking and all the information is all in their system. And I quoted this to them, in the fulfillment center or during delivery to a customer. So I sent these screenshots over to Amazon. The first guy I dealt with didn't appreciate it none and closed the case immediately. But the second guy said, I don't see the quantities. And then I just added the quantities and sent it over. So just keep reopening the cases. Here's their policy for you to show them if need be. But they will take your retail receipts. You just have to keep trying, and eventually someone will help you. Just don't let it go beyond that 5 days of when they close the case. It's probably best just because they will close the case on you. They don't want to help you. They don't want to pay you. So just keep reopening the case. So that's what I got for you guys today. I'm going to make a video tomorrow showing you guys how to do a packing list and when you should use a packing list, because I have had success creating my own packing list. So this is what I've got for you guys today. I hope it really helps you guys out and gives you guys a little bit of hope. I have gotten about $1,000 worth of reimbursements from Amazon this past week. So it is possible. It's just a real pain in the butt. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.